fluid.
Thank you very much for your introduction. Time is past due, and but my presentation is not very long.
Okay.
My research interest is fetal nutrition and fetal physiology and development of gastrointestinal tract. I want to today talk about the amniotic fluid and new components in amniotic fluid. It is important to know that the first fluid entered to gastrointestinal tract is amniotic fluid. The term fetus swallows and digests about 80% of its amniotic fluid every 20 hours, approximately 700 milliliters per day. The amniotic fluid is a complex substance containing more than 200 fetal and maternal proteins, fetal and maternal peptides, carbohydrates, lipids, growth factors such as insulin-like growth factor 1, epidermal growth factor, etc., and just unknown other components. Although amniotic fluid is not a main source of fetal nutrition, our study and another studies demonstrated an association between enter and uptake of amniotic fluid and fetal growth in late gestation. After birth, feeding represents a major change in the infant's internal environment, with the flow of swallowed amniotic fluid being replaced by colostrum, breast milk, or formula. The intestinal epithelium is continuously exposed to a variety of both commensal and pathogenic microbes and antigens and other components. Therefore, the establishment and maintenance of hemostatic gastrointestinal function are vitally important in reducing neonatal morbidity and mortality. Many factors in colostrum and breast milk may promote adaptation to extraterrestrial life. However, necrotizing enterocolitis and intestinal injuries is main cause of morbidity and mortality in preterm infants. Its etiology and pathogenesis remains actually unclear. Therefore, most research efforts focus on finding potential prevention and therapies of necrotizing enterocolitis, such as new feeding practice, exclusive breast milk nutrition, probiotica, barrier function improvement with medication, and antioxidant therapy, etc. In recent years, there are new publications about the role of amniotic fluid in protecting against intestinal mucosal injury. And also recently, there are new publications about potential benefits of human milk-oligosaccharides as probiotic, anti-adhesive, antimicrobial, epithelial cell response modulators, etc. And it is important picture about potential benefits of human milk-oligosaccharides in the intestinal system, in liver, in immunity, and brain development. Therefore, we want to evaluate the component of amniotic fluid during pregnancy. We research new components in amniotic fluid such as melatonin, antioxidative enzyme, and we saw although human milk-oligosaccharides in breast milk have been adequately studied, there has been any data on the presence of lactose and human milk-oligosaccharides in the amniotic fluid. We have collected amniotic fluid samples from 50 mothers during delivery via cesarean section. The gestational age range between 37 6 and 38 weeks of gestation. The samples were analyzed in the special laboratory of Geneva Biotechnology in Germany using high-performance anion exchange chromatography or liquid chromatography coupled with mass spectrometry. We analyzed 7 human milk-oligosaccharides, N-acetylneuramic acid, 3 and 6 sialyl lactose, N-acetylglucosamine, 2 and 3 fucosyl lactose, lacto and tetrose. First, we identified lactose in amniotic fluid, and there are no information about lactose in amniotic fluid. And such as in breast milk, we identified lactose in amniotic fluid in late gestation. Moreover, we identified N-acetylneuramic acid and 3 sialyl lactose in all amniotic fluid samples. In 4 samples, we identified 2 and 3 fucosyl lactose. In none of the amniotic fluid samples, 6 sialyl lactose, N-acetylglucosamine, and lacto and tetrose were identified. There was a statistical significant positive correlation between the concentration of neuramic acid and 3 sialyl lactose in the amniotic fluid. The concentration of lactose was not correlated with the concentration of human milk-oligosaccharides. At the same time, another research groups in the USA identified another human milk-oligosaccharides such as 2 and 3 fucosyl lactose, difucosyl lactose, and 6 sialyl lactose in human milk and urine of mothers and in amniotic fluid. In conclusion, we were able to show that the amniotic fluid as well as breast milk contains lactose, and at least in our study 2, in another study 4 human milk oligosaccharides. You can here see the concentration of human milk oligosaccharides in human milk, and the concentration of human milk oligosaccharides in our study were about 1,000 times lower than in human milk for other publication. It is here, for example, 3 sialyl lactose 0.2 gram per liter. In our samples, we found 3 sialyl lactose between the minimum and maximum range 0.924 microgram per milliliter. It is a difference 1,000 times lower. However, these new findings provide clear evidence that a fetus is already exposed to at least some human milk-oligosaccharides during the fetal period. And we need more experimental studies to understand the physiological significance of human milk-oligosaccharides in amniotic fluid and importance in development of gastrointestinal tract in fetal period. Thank you very much for your attention.